sensation DJ Tetsuo was found in the Warp District last Saturday. Good evening, Bay City. This is Vincent Vice with the Slice cutting in. The body of Indonesian pop sensation DJ Tetsuo was found in the Warp District last Saturday, ostensibly en route to a house party in the area. Police arrived on the scene at 10:33 p.m. and confirmed that the beloved superstar was, in fact, dead on arrival. As of this moment, there is no officially determined cause of death, but the investigation is still ongoing. An emotional time for the music industry, that's for sure. DJ Tetsuo, real name Rama Tetsuo, was 24. For those that were planning to attend DJ Tetsuo's events, bear in mind that the proceedings will now be handled by local Japanese Idoru band Kunoichi. Those that seek refunds for their tickets can do so by reaching out to Pop Smash Entertainment at 555-127-6510. In other news, Jeremiah Hartwood, newly crowned deputy of the ATF and chairman of the Hartwood Foundation, will be receiving the key to the city this afternoon at 4 p.m. Citizens desiring to attend must keep in mind that the ceremony will have a zero-tolerance policy for firearms. The Hartwood Foundation acknowledges and honors the right to bear arms, but wants to remind all attendees that this necessary countermeasure is essential due to territorial assembly laws. The ceremony also expects to include an official statement from the mayor, as well as complimentary food and beverage for the proceedings. And now, we return you to your regularly scheduled program. This is Vincent Vice with the Slice cut. Good evening, Bay City. This is Vincent Vice with the Slice cutting in. The body of Indonesian pop sensation DJ Tetsuo was found in the Warp District last Saturday, ostensibly en route to a house party in the area. Police arrived on the scene at 10:33 p.m. and confirmed that the beloved superstar was, in fact, dead on arrival. As of this moment, there is no officially determined cause of death, but the investigation is still ongoing. An emotional time for the music industry, that's for sure. DJ Tetsuo, real name Rama Tetsuo, was 24. For those that were planning to attend DJ Tetsuo's events, bear in mind that the proceedings will now be handled by local Japanese Idoru band Kunoichi. Those that seek refunds for their tickets can do so by reaching out to Pop Smash Entertainment at 555-127-6510. In other news, Jeremiah Hartwood, newly crowned deputy of the ATF and chairman of the Hartwood Foundation, will be receiving the key to the city this afternoon at 4 p.m. Citizens desiring to attend must keep in mind that the ceremony will have a zero-tolerance policy for firearms. The Hartwood Foundation acknowledges and honors the right to bear arms, but wants to remind all attendees that this necessary countermeasure is essential due to territorial assembly laws. The ceremony also expects to include an official statement from the mayor, as well as complimentary food and beverage for the proceedings. And now, we return you to your regularly scheduled program. This is Vincent Vice with the Slice cutting out. Good evening, Bay City. This is Vincent Vice with the Slice cutting in. The body of Indonesian pop sensation DJ Tetsuo was found in the Warp District last Saturday, ostensibly en route to a house party in the area. Police arrived on the scene at 10:33 p.m. and confirmed that the beloved superstar was, in fact, dead on arrival. As of this moment, there is no officially determined cause of death, but the investigation is still ongoing. An emotional time for the music industry, that's for sure. DJ Tetsuo, real name Rama Tetsuo, was 24. For those that were planning to attend DJ Tetsuo's events, bear in mind that the proceedings will now be handled by local Japanese Idoru band Kunoichi. Those that seek refunds for their tickets can do so by reaching out to Pop Smash Entertainment at 1276510. In other news, Jeremiah Hartwood, newly crowned deputy of the ATF and chairman of the Hartwood Foundation, will be receiving the key to the city this afternoon at 4 p.m. Citizens desiring to attend must keep in mind that the ceremony will have a zero-tolerance policy for firearms. The Hartwood Foundation acknowledges and honors the right to bear arms, but wants to remind all attendees that this necessary countermeasure is essential due to territorial assembly laws. The ceremony also expects to include an official statement from the mayor, as well as complimentary food and beverage for the proceedings. And now, we return you to your regularly scheduled program. This is Vincent Weiss with The Slice, cutting out. Good evening, Bay City. This is Vincent Weiss with The Slice, cutting in. The body of Indonesian pop sensation DJ Tetsuo was found in the Warp District last Saturday, ostensibly en route to a house party in the area. Police arrived on the scene at 10:33 p.m. and confirmed that the beloved superstar was, in fact, dead on arrival. As of this moment, there is no officially determined cause of death, but the investigation is still ongoing. An emotional time for the music industry, that's for sure. DJ Tetsuo, real name Rama Tetsuo, was 24. For those that were planning to attend DJ Tetsuo's events, bear in mind that the proceedings will now be handled by local Japanese Idaru band Kunoichi. Those that seek refunds for their tickets can do so by reaching out to Pop Smash Entertainment at 555-127-6510. In other news, Jeremiah Hartwood, newly crowned deputy of the ATF and chairman of the Hartwood Foundation, will be receiving the key to the city this afternoon at 4 p.m. Citizens desiring to attend must keep in mind that the ceremony will have a zero-tolerance policy for firearms. The Hartwood Foundation acknowledges and honors the right to bear arms, but wants to remind all attendees that this necessary countermeasure is essential due to territorial assembly laws. The ceremony also expects to include an official statement from the mayor, as well as complimentary food and beverage for the proceedings.
You went great.
And now, we return you to your regularly scheduled program. This is Vincent Weiss with The Slice, cutting out. Good evening, Bay City. This is Vincent Weiss. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Cyberpunk Red Saturdays. I am your host for the night, Zub the Mad, and logging into Discord is probably Angelus.
Hello, everybody.
Angel!
Oh my god.
I was being very deliberate with everything. I swear.
Deliberate?
Deliberate.
Are you intentionally being tardy?
Yes, by the few minutes.
Alright,
yes.
Please
support our boy in these trying times, please. 2022. We're not bullying
don't
each other anymore.
Don't you start with this. You're gonna be like Pottery 2022, and I'm never gonna hear the end of it.
What are
Oh,
we doing?
no.
What's going on? Are we talking about the game now? Yeah, that's
Yes.
what we were doing, right?
That
yes.
is what we're doing. And hello, and welcome to the show. Once again, I am your host, Zub the Mad. Welcome to this ensemble of strange and bizarre characters. That being said,
You're a bizarre character.
yes, I am. We have Charles, we have Mystic Eyes, we have Haley, and we have Angelus, who is yet to join the Roll20, but that's okay.
I'm looking at it right now, sir. I was looking at it. Like I said, I'm being very deliberate today.
Oh my god.
Oh, so you're
Jeez
just gonna
Louise.
call out
Oh,
Angel
good.
this whole time, huh?
Stash has gone from my play as list. It's about time.
It's true. It's true. It only took like 3 sessions of her being dead before that was
Wait,
addressed.
hold on.
You
Who's
should
that?
probably also remove Tatiana from there too, because she is her own character now.
Look, people keep bringing her back, and I have to keep bringing her back in.
Yeah,
So,
but she
like-
doesn't have to be my character. Give her to On or something.
Yeah, give it to him.
Look, we're shipping Own Tiana really hard, and I
True.
appreciate it and respect that. However,
Mhm.
I'm just gonna keep it as is for now. That being said, you receive a call on your agent, Kira.
Yes.
Right.
Is this this?
Mhm.
Well, last session,
Mhm.
Shara, Lethal Sister, had called me and told me she was setting something up for like Wednesday or something like that. She
It-
gave me a date.
It's true, and it is that date now.
Okay.
Ooh, boy.
Okay. Well, I do believe that Kira would have contacted the crew
Mm-hmm.
and asked them if they would be willing to take a very, very strong motion against the enemy.
Present day.
Absolutely. Is this a question?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think they'd say no.
I think the only response Dong would have to the word violence is yes. So
The only response
like,
I
when
would
and how
have
much?
is,
Let's go.
how much?
Yeah, violence is not the answer. It is the question, and the answer is yes. And how much?
that being said, hello, calling for our lunch date.
Hey, howdy. I made Have you made the reservations? I'm all ready.
Oh, I've already booked us a table.
Excellent.
I'll see you at, and then she pauses, and then you get a series of coordinates texted to you.
Mm.
Don't be late. Click.
Oh boy. Oh lordy. Oh boy. All right. Jesus. I'm going to summon the squad to the Iron Yeah.
Alrighty. The Einherjar is pretty Spartan right now, because it's about like 2 p.m. So only the, shall we say, the most hardcore of enthusiasts are here.
Excellent.
There's 300 people there.
Yeah.
There's like 5, maybe.
And we're the 5.
Probably. You notice that your friend Dylon is not there.
Oh no!
R.I.P.
I dropped to the floor crying and screaming to the air, Dylan!
The,
Oh
the
my
other
God.
bouncer just looks at you and's like, dude, he's on at like 6. What are you doing?
I like beating my chest. He was so innocent.
I can still hear his voice on the wind.
You know what? Just out of principle, like, I'm gonna need some identification if you want to enter this bar.
I show him my neon axe. Like,
Oh my god. Oh, you're that guy. He told me all about you.
I'm like, hey, how's it going, bro?
You know what? I just don't want to deal with it. Go ahead.
I sling my axe onto my shoulder and I walk in.
Could you, like, at least put that away, please?
Fine. Put it back in my case.
What about you, Habit? How do you approach this situation?
I mean, I'm a little sad because I really wanted to be good friends with Dylon, but I do just, I do as he says, and I actually, offer him a drink too. It's like, hey man, if you want to party hardy, you can always join us,
Dude, one, I'm on shift. 2, it's 2 p.m.
5 o'clock somewhere.
What? You've never been day drinking before? It's the best.
You
Also, he
can't
didn't
drink all
say-
day if you don't start in the morning.
God, Dylan told me about you too.
Hold on. We didn't
Well,
say party moderately. We said hardy.
Well, yeah, that's fine. Well, at least what is your name, by the way?
Oh no.
Ted,
Ed.
Yeah.
Anyways, Ed. So how about you and I? We hook up with the crew. Go to the Sekai bar later
my guy,
when you're off shift.
I just want to do my shift, man.
All right, all right. I'll leave you to it then.
All right. See you later.
I stick a thumb up to Habit. I'm like, you're doing good, bud. You got this. you got this, buddy.
Yeah, say he'll see you later.
Yeah, he gave me a positive response. I'm pretty hopeful about this.
I don't wanna-
All right, folks, gather around.
Alrighty.
This might be the one we don't
The big
walk
one?
back from. Y'all listening? I got your attention now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is it the same bartender or is it a different one? Considering it's earlier in the day.
Yeah, it's not Donovan. It's actually a
Damn it.
It's actually a very perky woman.
Can we go to the sound program, because I don't think this is going to be a conversation.
Yeah. We'll
Then
get our
pop
our private booth. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you ask the bartender for that, and she goes, "Sure. Yeah, I've heard about you folks. Number one." She points
Great.
to one of the stalls.
Thanks.
What's your name?
Teresa.
Nice to meet you, Teresa.
Yep. Nice to meet you.
Charmed.
What's your entire backstory, please? Can we?
Look, I'm not drunk.
Come on.
No.
Look, it's 2 p.m. I'm not getting that drunk. And why don't you have a nice day?
Takes a bit. Like, just walk up.
All right. So we got ourselves a big fish. Jeremiah Hartwood. What do y'all know about this individual?
I know he sucks.
Out of character. Has my character worked for him? Because like, came to basically, I was working for some people.
You ever work for the ATF?
Yeah, that would be a government position. You a bad enough dude to work for the government? And by work for the government, I
Pretty
mean
bad
sell
dude.
your soul.
Hmm.
We got to was like a corpo merc work, so I'm not sure if this is a gentleman I've worked for right now.
You'd be working directly for the U.S. government if you ever took a job with them. So.
Yeah, so I guess no then.
I mean, I'm leaving that up to you. But
I thought I was just working with corpse.
yeah, so if that's the case, then definitely not.
No, nothing. He's
All right.
I
seems got
know.
bad blood.
I know the basics about him. That's about it.
All right. Well, he is a powerful man who's only gotten more powerful since he allied himself with Cookbook. He's influential. He likes to think that he's pretty good on the mic in front of a camera, but I thought he was a good man, but he's selling the city to Cookbook, and he's paving the way for her. He told me that he was pretty much guaranteeing her stay in the prison, but he couldn't have been farther from the truth. He was the one making it comfortable for her, probably. So he can hold his own with a gun, and he knows people who are probably a lot better than he is at shooting, and that's probably the kind of people that he'll probably have himself surrounded by at all times. That being said, my sister might have found a good spot to really take him out, and that's why you're all here today.
You really think he's gonna put himself in a position where he's that vulnerable?
I don't think he'll be quote unquote vulnerable as much as this might be an opportunity where the security ain't so high. We'll have to get more details once we survey the area a little bit, but we are on a time limit.
All right.
I look
When and
I
where?
look at the coordinates. Did she say what time it was for too?
Yes, it would be at 4 p.m.
All right, so it's just after 2. We got less than 2 hours to make our move. Well, at least to meet her there.
Kira, you've always had my back, so I got your back.
Awesome.
I have to do one quick thing before I meet you over there, but I'll be there.
Okay. And I'm assuming
It'd
that's...
be different. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just continuing the monologue, I guess. This is going to be different from our normal jobs. We are actively going out to make sure that this guy dies. So,
Not my first wet work. Probably not gonna be my last. So it seems like he needs it.
she kind of pounds down her drink. I've never gone on my way to, you know, actively do something like this. But I don't think this just seems like the sort of person he's crossed too many lines. And I don't know, we couldn't trust him. We have no evidence against him other than the testimony of one. No, not even. We got nothing against him. He just has to be taken out of the picture before he can do any more damage. And with his momentum, we either gotta stop it all entirely, or we won't be able to stop it.
Would it be worth our time to take him alive and see if we could get something on Cookbook?
I guess, but honestly, I'm just afraid of what I might do to him if we took him alive. And I'm not sure if that's a conversation I want to have.
Fair enough.
Even though, you know,
I can understand that.
Angel, why are you so far from your mic?
I'm really not.
So quiet for me.
Angel sounds fine to me.
Hold on,
Sounds fine to me.
Check your
No.
mic settings on Discord.
It's full for me.
Yeah, I
Okay,
can
then
tell.
make it 200%.
It's it's full for me, bro.
Oh my
Yeah.
Oh,
god.
Same.
I'm already on 200% for him. Then I don't know.
I got Angel at 105, so
Mm.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
turn everyone up. It's all good.
Everything else is up for me, so I don't know what to do here.
No, it's all good. I'll just turn up my master volume.
there
Okay.
we go.
So, I believe there was an allusion to Owen having to do something, which usually involves him asking me something.
Oh, but what's Owen gonna do now?
Not in this case. I don't necessarily think I need to ask you for this. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it.
Oh,
Okay.
Because it's
What?
nothing like, I don't know, it's nothing like bad per se. It's
it's
just,
nothing like betraying the entire party.
yeah,
I
there
don't
you go.
All right. Well, I guess let me know if it has something that involves systemic or narrative impact.
Fair enough.
Alrighty.
But yeah, so Owen will step out before the end of the conversation to go finish up the task that he has to do. And yeah, he'll meet you guys at the coordinates.
Okay. Is there any?
Um,
You have about less than 2 hours. Is there anything that you want to do in the meantime?
Less
Oh,
than
yeah.
Can we do
2
some
hours.
shopping?
I wish we had 4 hours. That would have been nice. But we have less than 2, so.
Yeah. Gotta
It's an hour and a half enough time for shopping.
With it, with
We do
enough,
some more
with
shopping.
4 hours, I
Get
could have
Hamzat
done
and all those
sure.
guys in.
you'd be cutting it pretty close, but
Yeah.
you suppose.
Like I was joking, but I do seriously want to grab some grenades because like this seems like a situation we need grenades.
You could, yeah. I mean, well, you did have a fixer, but I guess you don't right now. So, if you want to,
Don't message me.
yeah.
Okay, I
Yeah,
just
he can grab it for you while he's out and
I
about.
text. Yeah, I'll just text her and saying, grab explosives. More the better.
All right. And
Alright.
I send you a location that is conveniently on the way to the coordinates where we have to meet.
Well,
Okay.
we know who sells explosives. It's one of the Italian families, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Sick.
And I just tell you go here on your way down and pick up what you need.
All right.
So, Zoo, can I pick up what we need?
You do. I will say that's incidental to you because Owen has made quite an impact as an operator in the area. Wink, wink, nudge,
Operator.
nudge.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, nudge.
Wait, so am I opening up a night market?
No, I mean it's an
Oh, okay.
incidental action. Grenades are expensive.
Ah, okay.
How much do I need to spend, and how many can I grab?
100 each, and you can grab. Let's see, up to. It's expensive. An expensive tier is 1,000 eddy, so I guess 10.
I will grab. I'll grab 5.
Okay, because I was about to say anything above 5 is gonna look pretty conspicuous. Like you can't just carry around 10 grenades in a shopping bag.
Like it's like a bag for life.
Yeah.
Your death.
But yeah, all right. 5 grenades, 500 eddy.
Dun dun dun. I assume we're not going to be needing to be conspicuous for wherever we're going.
You in fact want to be the opposite of conspicuous where you're going. Because it is in the town central proper.
Oh, piss.
Yeah. So the coordinates are in the center of town, so
Mm-hmm.
I imagine Shara's gonna want to meet us on some like rooftop or some shit.
Probably, knowing her. So yes, the coordinate she gives you is actually in the direct center of the city. You would know this as the Burlington area, which is the basically town center proper, like downtown, as it were.
Downtown.
So yeah,
Cool.
in fact, it's like over here.
Down.
I'm sorry, I got it stuck in your head. I deeply apologize.
Can we change it
Nonsense.
to Dongtown? Can we do that?
I mean, if you somehow usurped democracy or somehow became the mayor, I guess you could put in a decree for that.
No, I mean the song.
Well, if you want to make that your headcanon, I'm not going to stop you from putting words into your own brain.
A dong softly whistles Dongtown as the drive is happening.
All right. So everyone's packing into the Presto and moving on.
Yeah, I do think I'm gonna give 0 Day a call.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, I'm alright. How you holding up?
Work and all that stuff.
Hey, listen, Tim.
Oh.
I
First name
think
Bates.
I'm heading into something that I might not walk back from. So I just wanted to let you know that I love you and stuff.
What are you talking about?
I got a lead, and it's gonna be pretty dangerous, but it's definitely not on the level.
Hold on. You can't just drop that on me and just expect me to say okay. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, Jeremiah, I got an in, and we gotta take him down.
What? Hold on. Isn't, like... I know you told me that, like, Jeremiah was, like, your foster dad, and you had your suspicions about him. What are you are you talking about what I think you're talking about?
He's as dirty as they come. And I don't have proof that would stand up in court, but I saw it with my own eyes.
You can't just be a vigilante. There's procedures for this. Like, you're gonna get yourself killed. What are you doing?
Well, I'm just trying to do the right thing for myself.
No. Look. I know he's a bad guy. And I know you want to stop him. But this isn't the way to do it. I don't want to lose you. And that's selfish, and I know. But you can't do that. You're gonna get yourself killed. I can't let you do that.
All right, then I guess you're gonna have to help me.
Persuasion.
Good luck.
Yeah, right. All right, we are rolling that +8. All right. Okay, above a 5. That's all I care about.
There's a very palpable silence on the other line. I'm gonna meet you. Tell me where to meet you, and I'll meet you.
All right. I'll give him the coordinates.
Okay. Alright, I'll be there, like, right now.
Good, because we don't have much time.
And, you hear, like, a very audible, like, frustrated but contained sigh. And then...
Mm-hmm.
Doot, doot, doot.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. But I wasn't gonna back down.
Be good to have him with us.
Yeah.
He can keep his cool. He knows his way around a gun.
I'd rather keep him away from the firefight if it comes to that.
Oh shit! Can I call my team of ragtag goons as well?
Yeah. You can give me a call.
Yeah. Okay. Forgotten everything about them. It's been so long. Okay.
One looks like
One
giant.
of-
One looks like Giant Baba. That much
Yeah.
I remember. And
Yeah. There's the beanpole giant.
yeah.
Yeah. The other two. One is rabbit size, but like a little taller than me. Just like, don't fist fight this dude. Just don't do it.
But what
The
if I
guy said-
wanted to?
He'll kill you. Like, the other guy's my size. I'll just get on the blow real quick and be like, hey,
Hi.
things are gonna get a little bit messy. Might need all hands on deck. Are you boys free?
You hear a, like, what sounds like a power drill and someone screaming in the background.
Oh my god.
I'm a bit tied up at the moment.
Oh fuck, that's
And you hear, the boss is really putting the screws to us, huh, mate? And you hear, fuck you! Oh, come on now. There's always time for humor.
Hey, listen, you're nailing it. I believe in you.
See, he gets
how
it.
about- How about the other lads? Are they about or?
That's a big job, really. We got a bunch of them. We got a bunch of us here. Don't we, love? Ah! Bzz, bzz, bzz.
Well, I chuckle and go, "You crazy kids have fun. I'll meet up with you on the other side, eh?"
Toodles. Click.
Yeah. I just look at the group and go, "Worth a shot."
It was worth a snot.
I really need to use those 3 more. Like,
Yeah.
I've been slacking there.
Beanpole gives you a text and goes, "Sorry, mate. We really have to put the screws to this one." Winky face.
I send back a screwdriver emoji.
Oh my god.
And then you get like a little emoji back that says "nailed it."
That's screwed up.
You know the drill.
You know, if we keep making these jokes, we're really gonna hammer it into our fans.
Boo.
I don't know enough about tools to make more jokes. I'm sorry.
Oh
That's
my
okay.
God. Sorry, the
can't
last
be
one
a
fell a
Chris-
little
you
flat. Dun 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 dun. All right, let's
It's okay, you
move
can't be a
on.
master craftsman of jokes all the time.
Oh my God.
Was the guy being tortured called Philip?
You know what? Why not?
Philip head screwdriver.
You can have that. I'll let you have that dad pun.
I'll allow it.
Feel like Judge Mill Lanes. I'll allow it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the gif that shows up in my head whenever I hear that. I'll allow it.
So, that being said, is there any? You said you wanted to potentially get go on a quick shopping spree. T-minus an hour and some change.
I've still got incendiary ammo and grenades, so I don't think I need anything. Habit, do you need anything?
No, we didn't do anything that required ammunition, so I'm pretty good.
Well, we're gonna
Pretty
go into like a super sticky situation. You might want to
Yeah.
get some goodies.
Oh, I've still got enough goodies. Don't worry about that.
We should
Hell yes.
try and grab some stuff that might help us with the whole incognito aspect.
Like clothing, maybe.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, we should probably. So what do we know about this part of town? Like, how do people here you typically dress?
If you've ever been to a downtown urban center, you know, it's kind of all over the place. As long as you're presentable. Baggy clothing is fine. Jeans are fine. Some people are wearing business casual because they work corpo in the area. Takes all sorts to run a town.
Okay, that's fine. I'll just take off my helmet. Just put like my clothes over my bodysuit.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm gonna. Wondering if I should get myself a pair of regular, I'm gonna go get myself a pair of like blue jeans and a black jacket instead of the shiny red one that I wear.
Okay.
Could you
Very
get
cool,
me
very
DJ
cool.
Tetsuo t-shirt, please?
I also turn off my hair and brush it a little bit back. Actually, I don't turn it off. I just make it black colored.
Okay.
Cool.
Alrighty.
Can't believe we've had the sentence, "I turn off my hair."
That is a very powerful sentence.
Yeah, I think Kira's gonna put on like a baseball cap and change out, you know. I mean, she still has to wear her shades because they give her significant battlefield advantages, but but everything else she's just gonna dress down and you know, keep her jacket underneath her coat or whatever.
Yeah, maybe get some mirror shades.
Really quick, where are we?
On the map?
Where exactly on the map are we supposed to meet up for this lunch date?
Well, the coordinates she gave you are on the top of this little roof. Surprise,
Got it.
surprise.
Spoilers, it's on the top of a roof.
Yeah, I was
Owen, you're stressing me out, bro. Like,
stylish and practical, indeed. How are you How am I stressing you out right now? You know she's an acrophile. She really likes heights.
no. Owen asking where the exact thing is when he's not here. I'm like,
Oh yeah, yeah. Truth,
Mhm.
truth.
Oh,
Own.
don't even trip.
Own, Own, where are you, Own?
Oh God.
He's owned his way.
Oh, man.
Well, that being said, if you have nothing
Let's
else,
make our way.
Indeed. Downtown Bay City is, as you would expect from any metropolitan area, it is full of various boutiques, electronics stores, corporate offices, one of those like mishmash corporate offices where they have like different companies on each floor, that type of thing. And there's bureaucratic areas, there's like town hall offices, there's like the mayor's office proper, which is down in the southeastern part of the area. One of the two positions that you're aware of. This is the like public facing one. This is the one where like people go to like visit and whatnot for PR. So
Sick. Alright, let's go meet up with our homies.
alrighty.
And well, while we're all reconvening at this parking lot, you see Owen come walking from the direction of that mayor's office down that alley, just carrying a briefcase, looking looking, you know, his normal business casual. It looks like he got his clothes cleaned up a little bit, but nothing out of the ordinary.
Howdy.
Hey, sorry that took so long.
Just in time.
Not from me.
Alrighty, well, nothing left to do but to get to it, right?
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Lead the way.
I nod at everyone and we start heading up.
Okay. You find that the building that is the coordinates that she provided you is like a shopping district, kind of like a little mini mall.
Cool.
And there's like multiple tiers, and on the 5th tier there's a service there's like a service access to the roof that's tied off. Yeah, but you notice that there's actually give me a perception check before I just give that to you.
Oh, we haven't done one of these in a while.
Oh, it's only a 23.
You notice that there is a key card kind of suspiciously wedged between a couple of the iron bars for the door, and you notice that it's mag locked.
I'll snag that real quick and I'll beep.
Beep. The door opens,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll take the liberty to do that, as it were.
Up we go.
Alrighty. You see a very familiar South American 14-year-old just chilling on the rooftop. Surprisingly unimpinged. And on the opposite side, there is a very familiar boyfriend who I believe you have some explaining to do.
Nope, explains nothing and leaves.
So, what the hell is all this?
I look at Shara.
Don't look at me, he's your boyfriend.
Yeah, but this is your plan.
Rolls her eyes. Fine.
You know, she's kind of got and curious. We're finding it really difficult to say it out loud because she's still trying to reconcile it with herself.
So she brings everyone in. Look, I work alone usually. It makes it easier this way. I'm letting you know because he's family, blood related or not. The evidence that we have, I'm aware, is circumstantial. But, and she pulls out what looks like a small little, like, how would you describe it? It doesn't look like a smartphone, it looks like a block. Like a block of data, and she kind of presses a couple of digital buttons on it, and you see like a little hologram show up, and it's a picture of Jeremiah. Got sanction.
Like Star Wars style, like a data cube sort of thing.
Yeah, like a data cube.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And you see that it says Jeremiah Hartwood, wanted dead or alive. 10,000 Eddie. This got greenlit 3 days ago.
Someone
The
put
book
a
sold
hit.
out?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. We get paid for this? Hell yeah.
Wait,
No, guys. I think you're
That-
missing the
this
bigger, more
changes
fun
everything.
picture. If Cookbook is selling him out, we need him alive.
This isn't from some unsavory criminal figure. This is directly from the Central Authority.
That means that
Oh.
someone in Washington finally decided enough with his shit.
does that mean the corruption goes that deep, and she's trying to cover her tracks?
I don't know what it means, but it does mean that I get to legally put one between his eyes, so I'm happy with it.
This I know goes against my better nature, but we gotta dot some T's and cross some I's.
I think that's opposite.
I know, just go with me for a moment. If Jeremiah, Cookbook's right hand in all of this, is getting put up for sale, even if Cookbook's not behind it, you can use that to get some leverage on Jeremiah. Jeremiah has information we desperately need.
We need to
Because-
figure out who put that hit on Jeremiah, because if it's not Cookbook, then that means someone else has caught wind of whatever he's doing.
In fairness, Kira, like, what he's doing isn't going under the radar. It's just not big enough a problem usually for the people up top. Right now, what we have is a Cookbook shaped problem in this city. Direct. She shot my brother. I am not letting that go. She's going to die. Thank you. If we can use Jeremiah, use Jeremiah. If we can't, I'm happy to put a bullet in him. Both of you, or you guys can take him to pieces, however you want it. I think
The way.
this is a golden goose.
Holy shit. The way I see this is two ways. Either Cookbook has someone higher up the food chain and she wants to remove Jeremiah as a loose end, or someone high up the food chain knows that Jeremiah is into some shit and they don't want to get swept up in it and they're trying to take him out. We need to know. We need to know. I say if we're gonna kill him, we kill him. But we gotta try and get something out of him first.
So why not?
Yeah. I mean, he's wanted dead or alive, right? So then
If we were capturing him alive, who are we giving him to?
Why would... Yeah. Wait a minute, what?
CAI, Central Authority Intelligence.
Yeah, who is that? To you. Who will you contact about that?
It's my ticket out of the Heartwood Foundation. Steady government job. Parallel shift. That's what it is to me.
No, like, you have a, you gotta have like a person that you contact that would collect them or something, right?
Yes, I have a handler.
A handler. What do you know about them?
They're a govo. What is there to know? Stiff in a suit. Pays me money, I do his job.
Oh boy. I look at Zero Down like, this is what we're involved with.
I don't know what the hell's going on. You just come and tell me that you're about to die today.
Yeah, probably. It could be bad, especially now that we can't. This could get complicated real fast.
Yeah, I'd say.
I've got an idea. You lot might not like this, but could clear up some assumptions. Look at Own. Hey, Own. Could you leak some information about maybe Jeremiah trying to buy security or an exit out of Bay City? See who comes a knocking.
Could, but I don't deal in rumors. I deal in information.
Trying to flush out the cookbook is the one trying to kill him, because if it's not cookbook, and she's gonna like lose her shit, and there's gonna be some ATF moving mad. We don't actually need like to sort out an actual self information. We just need to flush out some people.
Normally, I'm all for it, but in this scenario, do we really want to risk putting the ATF out in full force on us? I mean, Jeremiah is going to be right here. We can nab him.
The ATF isn't going to do shit. This is direct orders from the U.S. government. He's gone. They want him gone, clearly.
Oh shit. It's the
But
case,
this is
then.
too convenient.
Look, I'm all for taking a marriage of convenience. And she starts, like, adjusting her scope on her sniper rifle.
I like very visibly like irritated, just kind of click my teeth and go, you don't. I've made that deal with the devil. Takes a lot to come back from it.
Yeah, well...
Gotta be sure, kid. You gotta be sure.
Yeah, well, where else am I gonna go?
Right, so I say we take him. Take him alive, we pump him for information. The moment he doesn't have anything for us, put a bullet in his head. Everyone's happy.
I agree.
I need to be the one that does it, just so I can fulfill my contract, but what you do up to that is fine with me.
I kid. Yeah, no problem.
Sounds like a fair deal.
Cool.
Kira? I'm
Nothing.
not doing this if you're not doing this, Kira. Kira, you good?
Huh. How can I mean, what can I say? It's got to be done.
Kira, jokes and everything aside, are you good?
I'm alright.
Okay. Oh. Let's go.
Alright, let's crack a plan then. What do we know?
Jeremiah Hartwood, head of the Hartwood Foundation. My foster father, your foster father. Jungle training for 20 years. Did 3 tours in South Am. multiple medals of valor. Worked under the U.S. government up until now.
I meant about today.
Oh,
What's your plan?
there's going to be a motorcade that's coming down. He's getting the key to the city. Because somehow he swung that. During the proceedings, allegedly, the mayor is going to show up, hand him the prize. He's going to do a little speech, and then I'm going to put one between his eyes. That was the original plan, before you decided you wanted to take him in for questioning. I just needed you for backup in case the ATF swarmed me afterwards. Well, not the ATF. His little backup dancer brigade that he likes to carry around with him.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Hold on. He is missing, isn't he?
Yep. You
Yeah.
got kidnapped a long time ago.
Yeah, this stinks. All of this stinks. This is either a trap for us. Let's look at it plainly. We all have a vested interest in Heartwood. This kind of setup stinks to high heaven.
Yeah, it's too convenient. But starts loading her 7.62mm rounds into the chamber. I've got a job to do.
Hey, you do, but let's say we watch the party. Rewards are given, and he goes on his merry way. We follow them.
Follow him instead of taking the obvious bait.
Well, I presume he's going to be invited into the mayor's office proper, and that's where security is going to get sticky. You sure you want that risk? There could be a lot of heat.
The alternative is shooting him in front of a crowd of innocent people that could get caught in the crossfire.
Mm-hmm.
You see her face kind of whiten? It is what it is.
It doesn't have
No,
to.
it ain't.
No.
Could Own immediately fire off a message to Sarah and ask what she knows about the ceremony today for Jeremiah?
Sarah texts back, standard affair. He's gonna come in, they're gonna give him a key, he's gonna say some fancy words that will sound good for the populace, and then we'll have cake maybe.
Okay, no, but like the mayor is missing. How is the mayor gonna
Exactly.
give him the key? Because
Sarah texts back. Yeah, we have an interim solution for that.
Go on.
Like, she there's like a flurry of like dots on the agent. Yeah, we have a doppelganger, kind of.
this is Gary from accounting.
We
A
have a couple of
doppelganger.
standbys in case this happened. He is a high profile target, you know.
Okay. I say
What's
can't wait until after-
own messages are back. What's your level of involvement?
Catering, PR, dealing with the news, like line underscore line.
Catering? What if we got ourselves hired as a catering team?
Ooh, is that gonna be cannolis?
I'm sure you know a guy that can get you some.
Perfect stakeout food.
I message her back. Is there a possibility that you could get me and 2 other people at the table with Jeremiah Hartwood during the ceremony.
Do you want to talk to him? Question mark.
Yes.
Roll me persuasion.
Holy
Yes!
shit. Holy shit.
Yes! Alright. I'm going to add 3 luck.
Okay.
19.
Almost botched it. Whew.
Almost.
Three dots. Go on for a couple of minutes. I guess I could get you an audience with him after the proceedings. I mean, it would have to be in the mayor's office. And, you know, obviously there'll be security detail there.
But you can't give us a nondescript, non-suspicious seat at the table with him during the ceremony?
Well, there isn't really a table to seat. We cut a ceremonial cake and people kind of just eat it on the street.
Mm. Alright.
Are we privy to this conversation?
Not really.
No, not just yet.
Okay, cool.
Well, I'll take the office visit. Give me 2 minutes, for a response. I'll take the office visit. Let me know, when and where you need to meet us, and then I'm gonna converse with the rest of the team.
Okay.
And then I bring you guys up to speed on everything.
Wait, what team? Oh, not again.
Just me and 2 others. I promise.
You know, every time I do a favor for you, it always blows up in my face.
Yeah, let's
Hey,
talk about
no
the
one died at
incident.
the historical building. We kept it quiet.
Also, we thwarted a terrorist takeover of a boat that you were on.
Not part of the
I do
conversation,
add that.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
I'm helping my boy.
Sarah just kind of sighs. You can hear the audible sigh even though it's just a text message. And you just see like sweat drops. Someday I will have a job that doesn't involve giving me a headache every morning. Sussy face. Look away.
I message her back. Best case scenario for you, we go in, we get the info we want out of Jeremiah, and after we leave, something bad happens and you never have to hear from me again.
Every time I work with you, aside from that, actually, you were quiet on that one time. Fine. I'll see what I can do.
Alright. So, guys, we have another option.
What's that?
My contact could get us a meeting with Jeremiah in the mayor's office face to face after the ceremony.
What?
I can only get myself and 2 others in. But we could meet him face to face in the mayor's office without firing a single shot.
So we march in and arrest him right there on the spot.
Whoa,
Like, you can't arrest him without probable cause or any of your legal shenanigans, right?
And
I
don't
mean, I
forget
can
your
detain someone
sisters-
for up to 48 hours without any legal precedent, get in trouble with a lawyer maybe, but I mean,
And let's not forget your sister's job at hand.
Yeah. But by the way, I don't know how you expect to detain him when he has loyal lapdogs ready to fire at a moment's notice. But I mean, if you can manage to do that, you're a far better cop than I am.
you're a cop? You're 14
Techni-
years old.
Technically, I'm subcontractor.
Hold on.
You know they call me Bruce McLean, right?
Yeah, that
I
might
was-
come in
I was gonna-
handy.
if you take Overwatch, while we have the conversation,
Mm-hmm.
and then when the conversation's over, decide to blow his brains out. I do two birds, one stone.
That's exactly it. Habit, you stay out here with Shara and keep her and give her some support. And
Alright.
we have our conversation in the office. Kira, Dong, if you guys, well, Kira specifically, Dong, I have a feeling that you're okay with it. But Kira, if you're down, you can come with us in that office, and we could have a discussion and get the info that we want. And then on his way out of the office, Shara can take the shot.
I guess we're gonna leave the office before him, so like if we just get out and tell them we're out, happens.
I have a feeling if we stay behind and let him walk out first, it'll give us plausible deniability.
I know what own work. Good work.
I mean, how will we guarantee he leaves before us?
We can't, but we can try.
Oh, please, Jeremiah, please leave before we do. Oh, I solemnly swear I would do so many things, so many
Hold
favors
on,
for you if
hold
you
on.
just walk through this
Whoa.
door at least 5 to 10 minutes before we do.
Whoa, that
Please,
got
please.
Kira,
hold on, if
there
we-
are ways to steer conversations in directions to make certain incidences happen.
Also, he's gonna want to get back to the party. That's just a fact, because this is a party for him, no?
Yeah,
It'd be a
he's
bit
gonna have
gauche
to
for
save
him to be
face.
hanging. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit gauche for
I
him to hang
I look back at my interactions with my foster father. Is he really the kind that would want to glorify himself, or is he the kind that, I don't know. He did keep Shara a secret from me for 14 years or whatever.
He will absolutely be a person of interest at a party if it means it makes his job easier in the long run. He's not really a glory hound.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
You guys forget that even if we walk out at the same time, he's getting shot from a sniper rifle some distance away.
Yeah,
And on paper, or his daughter. And a cop.
Yeah,
Suspicions aren't gonna land on our feet.
yeah, kinda. I mean a lot.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So let us have this conversation. And if things do go sour in that room, Kira, I will manhandle anyone so you can take them out yourself. If that's what you want to do.
We'll see. We will see, I guess.
Just-
I quickly look at Owen and I give him like a really good fuck yeah, dude, good work.
There's a lot of ways this can go wrong, and every single one of them probably will go wrong. All I can do is trust in myself to take care of myself and everyone that's in that room with me.
Mm-hmm.
Kira, all I would ever ask is that you just keep your cool, because I know what this means to you. And if you can hold it down, we can make this whole thing happen fairly smooth. We don't have to be at the ceremony. We're just gonna go meet with my contact at the beginning of the ceremony. She'll walk us into the office, and then we sit and wait, and she'll get Jeremiah in.
Shara pulls out a can of tea tai cho, which is totally not a coffee boss derivative, and and slugs one down.
Down to you, Shara.
Well, sounds like you are either the most courageous and most intelligent person I've known, or the dumbest and the stupidest person I know.
I'll take dumb. That's a little bit more on brand for you. Owen just kind of smirks.
Can I pull a can of caffeine commandant Crack it.
Alden Dawn.
Caffeine Commandant, love it. Absolutely.
Uh,
So, I mean, I'm not like afraid to do this or whatever thing, but I just want to make sure that we have all of our ducks in a row. So what if, like, he sees us, sees me, and knows that I'm after him, and immediately starts like fleeing?
Oh, he'll probably do that.
he's not gonna see you
We could be in the
because
room.
we are going to be walked into the office while he is sitting at the ceremony. So while the celebration is happening, and while things are being said and people are being talked about, we are going to get escorted into the mayor's office, where he will subsequently be meeting with us unknowingly afterwards.
And
So as long as we don't draw a shit ton of attention to ourselves, it should be fine.
you'll probably have 6 seconds before he calls security on you. But I mean, I'm sure you'll figure it out.
For all intents and purposes, security will be outside the door as we're walked in.
Hmm.
They'll know we're in there, and that we are supposed to be in there.
Right, but are they loyal to the city? Or are they loyal to him? Because if they're loyal to him, that's going to be a tip-off.
I guess we'll find out.
Not yet.
Listen, I think this is our one and only chance to get any information that we can. And like flying blind here, we need information. Information is going to be the only thing keeping us alive. So let's go in there, have this little chinwag with dear old dad, and once it's done, he's done. So like, hey, if things go wrong, and they most certainly kind of do with us, I'm more than happy to get the party started early, you know?
Alright. Alright. Improvise, adapt, overcome.
Oh yeah, grill bears. Yeah, interesting guy. All right.
Grill.
I thought that was Wolf Oven.
Oh no, Wolf was the other guy. He's the one that's solitary and scared.
Clothed and brave. Yeah, that's the show.
Yeah. That's the spin-off. God, I need to stop watching trashy television. And she starts like she like starts putting her scope on the banister and supporting herself.
Alrighty,
Alright.
gang.
Only one last thing to do, I guess. And that's to get to it.
Let's work our magic. Habit, ZD.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, ZD, keep on comms with us. You'll be our big eye in the sky over here and relaying transmissions, because I know you can do that fairly well.
Yeah.
Encrypted, anyway.
And you
I guess.
record this too?
Uh,
Like the conversation that we have?
he pulls up what looks like a radio transmitter and hands it to Kira.
I'll take it.
You smell anything, any danger, you get out of there as soon as you can. You understand me?
I understand you. But calling for backup never seems to work for me.
I need you to say yes. Please.
Alright. I'll come back.
Oh, okay.
Besides, I'm not the type that would recklessly endanger themselves for no reason.
That's me.
Owen just kind of stops and slowly turns towards Kira without saying anything. Just kind of like, huh.
To be fair, Kira hasn't been shot in like 3 fights, so you know. The entire yacht incident, she got by without getting shot a single time.
Fair.
I've not been shot since the boat, have I?
To be fair, there hasn't been any fights since the boat, but
No,
it's
we,
not a.
It seems like you want to get shot today.
I mean,
we.
some of us may die.
I don't know.
But Habit, the only thing I need from you is to keep these two, give them some extra muscle in case things go south. And yeah, just keep these two safe, and hopefully we'll all be able to reconvene after everything's said and done.
Yeah,
It's
no problem,
imperative.
boss.
It's
Don't call
imperative
me
that
that.
Zero Dave survives this.
I'll make sure to keep a good eye on these two soldiers.
I know you can.
I'll set up a relay. Keep us in the loop. I'll try to stay as wireless. I'll try to stay as under the radar as possible, I guess.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Oh.
All right.
I was gonna give this to you before, Dong. But now that everything's all... I don't know. He hands you a mask that looks like a ski mask pullover.
Oh shit.
I hold the mask in one hand, like grip his shoulder. I'm like, you're an artist.
Oh, that's not the best part. You should press the little wire nozzle on the side of the neck.
Okay, I flip it on.
There is like a strobing monochromatic thing that like shows like a skull, and it like fades out and fades in, and there's like a little thrum that happens.
I'm going to hug you now. I'm just gonna come in. There you go. I crush him a little bit, like just a little bit.
He like does like one of those awkward like tap on the shoulder hugs.
Like, yeah, big bro. I guess we're walking in not masked up and not combating, so I'm just gonna put it in my like hang it up. Just go, yeah.
Alrighty.
Alright, since I am a cop, I am allowed to, you know, keep my service pistol on me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a cop,
And-
you idiot.
I'm a cop, you idiot. Yeah, thank you. I love you, thank you.
And with that, it
Alright.
is 350 in game.
Let's
It's time for business!
Indeed.
business. We are going to be meeting Sarah in the back of the government building. I'm assuming this would be a good location for that, because I'm just based off the map.
Yeah. I mean, it will take you some time as the motorcade arrives. And you start seeing BCPD start cordoning off like certain parts of the street due to procession, proceedings and all that.
Where's the ceremony going to take place? Here?
It's going to take place in front of the government building.
Oh, okay. So they're going to be over here.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Business! Yes, indeed.
Business is good.
So yeah, if you want to meet with her in the back of the building, you're going to notice that a lot of Bay City's finest is going to be all over the place.
Swanson Kruger.
That's good. That's good. That's good. I'll let you
That's 10
have.
out of 10.
I'll let you
Yes.
have that one for free. That's the next NPC name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one's actually good. I like that.
All right. Well, I guess let's make our way downtown.
Walking fast.
Already.
You guys
Space
give
is
me-
past.
Would you guys give me like 2 seconds? Sorry.
Yeah.
Approach the Zamboni! Do it! Do it hastily!
Fine.
So, Dong silently, uncharacteristically follows Zone.
Oh my. It's not a stroke.
It's not the bypass!
Oh my god.
Habit chills out in the top of the building with everyone else.
Oh, before we go down, I'm gonna lean into Habit and I say, I know this is a big ask, and I don't want to think like this is leaving you out of the action, but it's actually a real good thing that you're up here because there's always the possibility that Shara just shoots him without going with our plan, and that would be nice if you could stop her.
Sorry, I can't hear anyone for some reason. Give me one
Ooh.
sec.
I can hear you.
I'm insulted. I said I would wait.
I was talking to Habit in quiet, but I guess she heard me.
I mean, I can roll a post perception against that, but sure.
Yeah, that's fair.
I do not. I'm like, don't worry.
Yeah.
We're trying to do the plan.
Hello, am I back?
Yes.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Here's-
Oof. Sorry about that.
All good. I moved you to the bottom of the map, BT dubs.
Dope.
Alright, cool.
Let's.
Although it will be fun to see what would happen if we had to grapple.
Hell yeah!
All I have to say is I have points in martial arts.
If I actually did have to stop her and we had to get into a grapple to do so, I wonder.
She's a 14-year-old with solo stats. I imagine her body stat ain't that great.
She's super annoyed at that request, as if her word isn't good enough. That she kind of like is just a shitty adolescent and is like, fine, whatever.
God.
God.
All right, we go to A plot, which I guess is Own squad of Own, Kira, and Dong.
And we are in the back of the government building waiting for Sarah.
Sarah does arrive as I scramble for her item. As I scramble for an icon for her, because you know, good old PCs kind of throwing me for a loop all the time. It is what it is.
Hooray!
I just get a little lag-o-delic on my side. I'm just gonna use this one for now. That's fine.
Alright.
Yeah, that works. Hey, Sarah.
What did you get me into this time?
Nothing. Just us. Hoping to have a friendly conversation.
Yeah, my ass. Okay.
Just smiling beatifically, just like, very zen, very relaxed about all of this.
I guess you need 2 armed mercenaries for a nice civil conversation.
I'm a cop. Get it right.
I am a nice mercenary. We've met a couple of times now. It's always been fine, right?
Look, I'm just on edge. I've got to deal with all of the mayoral duties, on top of all the press stuff, on top of this guy I don't really like.
Well, a lot of people don't really like him, so you're in good company. But I promised you, we are not gonna do anything stupid or loud. We just need to talk to him.
All right.
Roll a fucking bluff check.
We're just waiting on him now. Him and his motorcade should be arriving any minute now. And as she says that, who arrives, but B-plot on the street. Habit. You notice that a motorcade has arrived on the street. There are some streamers, a little bit of fanfare from the city band, and the man of the hour approaches and leaves his car.
Ooh.
Surrounded by a quite impressive security detail.
Take the shot.
And Shara sighs. She doesn't have her. She's exhibiting trigger discipline and does not pop the shot.
I am. Well, first of all, I'm gonna make sure that like I don't have flash on my agent on, but I'm gonna take a photo and send that or just message that to the team. Like target, and it says target sighted.
Hashtag moments before disaster.
Okay.
All right. Well, does Sarah bring us into the mayor's office, or I guess her office technically?
Yeah. A plot. Sarah brings you in, and you are brought into a very nice looking area as I copy and paste her icon into the thing and then move it over because apparently we are doing this. All right. So. Let me just-
Did.
He hasn't arrived yet, so we're gonna do this. See, this is what happens when we do things out of the expected order, and I have to scramble a little
You're
bit.
not supposed to admit that, Zoob.
I'll admit it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
First rule of DM Club: never admit that you did something by accident.
First
Everything is-
rule of DM Club: just expect that they're gonna flip everything that you will ever plan for on its head. But yes.
Second rule of DM Club: never admit that anything you did was accident or forced or railroady. Just to say, it's like, oh, that's just how it happened.
Alrighty. So that being said, Sarah brings you into what looks like a mini Oval Office. It seems like they really like their traditional trappings.
Nice.
And yeah, I mean, there's some chairs, a couch, a couple of couches. Take your pick, I guess.
I
I know you
appreciate
like-
it. We're just gonna hang here and wait.
Okay. I'm gonna go back to the proceedings.
No, I'm gonna
Absolutely.
chill. I'm gonna chill right here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just with the gang. I know we bully you a lot too, but this map is dope, dude.
I appreciate it. I managed to get it from a quality source.
Nice.
Yeah, no, dude, good work.
Heck yeah.
I like the amount of blue, just the right amount.
So yeah, she goes back to the proceedings unless you have anything else to say to her.
I just thanks, Sarah. Like, hey, thanks for helping us out.
Yep, I'll let the security detail know that you're in here so they don't, do what
Lose their
security
shit.
Yeah, that. She goes over to them, and you.
There, just let them. Oh, I was gonna say. I was gonna have her just let them know that there's just some guests waiting in the office for the after ceremony.
And
Like nothing about us being armed or potentially dangerous,
Oh boy.
Oh shit!
or
I
who
still,
we
have,
even are.
I still have my case.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got let in by the mayor's aide, so
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, so she whispers something in their ear, and she goes off and does things.
All right. And now
B plot.
we wait.
Riveting. We're just gonna remove them from the map as they are no longer here. The motorcade.
I am no longer here.
The motorcade proceeds down, and the group of armed individuals, along with Jeremiah, approach the front of the government building where there's a nice, conveniently placed podium and a couple of hors d'oeuvres, like 20 meter by yards away from the podium to entice the populace to come over and listen to whatever blather this guy's going to say. Shara has not pulled the trigger.
Okay.
She really should, but you know,
You
she really should.
you asked her not to shoot him until you talked to him.
I know.
Yeah.
Kyle's saying she really should shoot him, but I mean,
Your sister's actually listening to you for once.
I know,
mean,
I love
come
it.
on.
Kira's happy. I mean, quote happy.
I do ask Shara what she sees because clearly she has a scope and I just have my eyeball.
What do you see, you idiot?
Something that makes me sick to my stomach. What do you expect me to say? I could have ended this a little bit ago, but Sis wants to talk to him for some reason.
Yeah. I get it. I've been here.
Lukewarm.
Those are some good
God
names.
damn it, Wiley.
It's a great movie.
How's it coming along, 0 Day?
I will be tapping into the network in a couple of seconds, and boom, we're live.
Great.
Hey, can everyone hear me?
Is Abbott okay?
Yeah, I jump out of my skin. Ah, Jesus.
Pizza crust.
Dawn, calm down. It's just an internal comms link.
Am I being haunted? I'm being haunted.
Kira, please remind Dong that he's not being haunted. It's just technology.
I know.
You're being haunted.
God damn it. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Good. He's approached now. There's a... Well, it looks like a mayor. It looks like the mayor, but I guess he's a doppelganger. Approach him, and they're shaking hands, and,
Gross.
yeah.
Social distancing is the way to go.
Could you, like, put some vim in your shoutcasting, please? Like, I really want, like, the drama of the situation to come through on comms, if that's okay.
They're shaking hands. What do you want me to say?
Oh my
And
god, look
I
at his
don't have
hands
to
coming
be-
together!
I mean, we kind of have to also be quiet. This is kind of like a sort of stealth situation. So
Sort of.
being loud is not going to help us in the slightest bit.
You're not wrong, but, like... Man...
Yeah, they're shaking hands. Now he's taking the podium. Yeah, this is a great map. This is a very quality map I acquired. I'd say, whoever
Yeah,
the
it
artist is, good job. Appreciate it.
This is sick. There's
Uh,
like this speech going on, and he's like, "Would you shoot me? Shoot me."
What is he, Buffalo Bill? What is going on there?
No,
Just like-
that's Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh yeah. Albany
That's
Ted.
right.
That's what it is. All right, there we go. Got it. All right. So, and 0 Day kind of walks you through the notes. I think he's saying something about. I can't tell. I can't hear what he's saying. He's saying a bunch of stuff. Speech is.
Can we hear it on the inside of the building?
No, because it's not actually being broadcast into the building. It's all like
Interesting.
outside.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then like 20 minutes pass. I think he's done. Holy shit, that was a long speech.
He spoke for
Sure
20
likes the
minutes.
sound of his voice.
Yeah, I'd say. They're getting cake, I think.
In all honesty, I don't even know what he was talking about. Pontificating about something or other.
Is Habit doing all right today?
I don't know. We're just watching him flap his gums. Now it's over.
Or we're on a mission.
Yeah. That too.
A mission from God.
Yeah.
And after that,
I don't know what you want. Like, do you want me to be DJ Tetsuo right now or something? That's not appropriate.
Habit, I always want you to be TJ Tetsuo.
farewell
I
donkeys.
thought I made this clear.
Listen, it's not party time.
His best song, Hailstorm.
Oh yes, modern classic. And I think he's going in now. Good lord, that
Alright.
was a long ceremony. Like an hour passed.
All right.
I was gonna plan some things, but you guys just decided to wait inside the building, so.
The patient hunter gets its prey.
Damn right.
Alrighty then. Just a moment. So, A plot. You are in the Oval Office, and you hear footsteps. And
Oh, I am ready.
Oh, mama.
you see Jeremiah steps to the threshold, surrounded by a impressive security detail of what appear to be 4 elite soldiers. And he stops. What the hell are you doing here, Kira?
Hey, Dad. I pull out a bottle of whiskey. Figured we'd catch up and I'd celebrate with you, if you don't mind.
Is this what they meant by a special guest? And who are these people? Points at Owen and
Oh.
Dong.
Pleasure to meet you. Curious told us so much about you.
Yeah, honestly.
They're friends of mine. I've been relying on them to keep me alive the past few days. Days? Maybe a little bit
Months.
longer.
Years?
He crosses over to the desk. Kira, I don't know what this is about, but I'm in the middle of something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're fully aware. That's why we wanted to meet in here, where it was nice and private, for us to have a brief discussion.
Hey, Dad, this is my dong.
God damn it, Max.
Well played. Well played.
Yes, so he sits down. Look, I got some business to attend to. Small,
I think the business that we need to discuss might take. It might take a
Precedent?
few minutes. It's not going to take too long.
Yeah?
so,
Should only be a moment of your time.
so what's this all about then?
About
Well,
you,
Yeah?
It's
Jeremiah.
about you. It's about
Mhm.
you, Jeremiah.
Oh,
Owen just kinda looks at-
Oh boy.
Owen just kind of looks at Dong and Kira like, well, I guess I'll just sit here.
As this is a.
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, Owen can say what he wants to say. I was just gonna say that.
Same.
He notices his eyes trace to Kira's gun Dong's
Dong.
accessory. And his hands kind of move almost imperceptibly.
I click my teeth like. don't move. And I show the bandolier of explosives that I'm wearing. I'm like, let's not fuck about. We can have a conversation like adults, or I can kill you goons and then fuck you up.
Ooh. This is gonna
That
be a...
sounds like a face down.
Yeah, this sounds like a face down, absolutely.
No.
Team
Dong
face
is
down?
gonna take his face
What
off.
do I roll for
He's crazy. I'll do it.
Cool.
I'll do
Cool.
it.
Plus your reputation, plus 1d10.
Do I have reputation? Yes, I do.
Yep,
Yes, you do.
you should.
You should.
Okay, hold on.
Question is, are you cool?
Are you cool enough?
Are you
I'm
cool enough?
going to burn some luck as well. I'm gonna burn 3 luck.
Okay.
17.
Oh, dead
Ooh,
heat.
Nice.
Dead
Ooh.
heat. Both-
Okay, but hear me out.
I am literally wearing some explosives, so that should give me some advantage, right?
So what happens is you two hard men who have seen way more action than any human being should ever have, stare at each other across the room, and everyone else is probably getting goosebumps. Because it's like two stone cold, like borderline serial killers just facing each other down. Like a...
Just two fully torqued, throbbing dongs staring at each other.
Yeah, it's like a boxing stare down. Neither person is relenting. How about you say your piece and you leave, and maybe you don't get full of holes.
Well, I think it would be a lot easier for you boys if I don't have to put them in their place, eh? Kira?
I think if you're willing to hear us out, at least exchange a few words with us, I think that's a good step in the right direction.
Kira, I don't know what this is about, but I suggest you start talking.
Alright, sure, but at the very least we can all have a nice little sip of some nice whiskey I got for our celebration. Now I'll pour him a glass.
His eyes don't waver from Dong.
I'm not wavering even an inch.
And they're the guards kind of ready actions, as it were. Like, you know,
I'll
The
take a sip
Marine-
from the glass first, you know.
yeah, the Marine prep.
I like the smile on my face gets a bit bigger as I can like kind of feel them like inching closer to violence. I'm like, listen, lads, I literally am covered in grenades. You're fucked. Like, let's put your guns down. We're gonna have this conversation. Then we'll all go about our merry ways.
I guess the term you're looking for is mutually assured destruction.
Aye.
It's not my business to negotiate with terrorists. But I'll
We're
listen.
not here to negotiate, we're here to just talk. We don't want anything from you. We just...
This isn't-
Well, I shouldn't say we don't want anything. We want information. That's all.
He glances over at Kira, still keeping his eyes traced on Dong.
Mm-hmm.
You got 5 seconds, Kira.
Cookbook sold you out.
Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh.
Persuasion with +2.
Alright, I'll burn some heat for this.
Get it. Let's go.
I
Let's
burned
go.
4 luck.
Boy, ooh boy.
You can roll me a human perception check as well.
Alright.
Can I roll human perception as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
My human perception is +8. Okay.
Okay. Owen notices that his hand, which was at his side, going for his sidearm, quavers a little bit. There's a shaking as his hand, like, slowly starts balling into a fist. What are you talking about?
I jump in off the back of Kira's statement. Well, someone, somewhere, wants you dead.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. And we just want to know if you have any idea who it could have possibly been.
And who is this now?
My name is Own.
I'll roll a streetwise on that. Let's see. Not very knowledgeable about his home for some reason.
It's alright.
You're that Tai Lo boy.
Sure was.
So what you still doing up here? Didn't that syndicate move elsewhere?
Interesting way to word it, but I don't have my marks, so I'm not... Technically, I don't roll with them anymore. Now, I deal in information. And right now, the biggest and most valuable piece of information is who the hell, other than Cookbook herself, would want the leader of the Heartwood Foundation and the ATF pushing up daisies.
He stops for a moment. His hand stops balling into a fist. And for a moment, there's not really a serene look on his face, but there's like measured cool that kind of stretches across his face. And for a moment, the guards, they don't relax, but they go into ready relax, as it were.
Dun, 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 dun.
Interesting. Alright. Look, I don't want to see you hurt. Or anyone. But what I do want is for Cookbook's tyranny to end. And you can help us with that. And unfortunately, I think that time window is running out, whether we like it or not.
Okay. I'm going to say that's another persuasion.
Okay. Okay, okay.
Okay. As you say that, there's another group of elite guards that basically
Oh boy.
blockade the other area, so you're effectively flanked.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't give the kill order.
I look up at the ceiling, like, not like impressed or like annoyed or anything. I'm just like, what do you understand about I'm sitting in front of you with with explosives? Stop with the threats. You need to listen here. Cookbook is our issue, not you. Cookbook has betrayed you. Enemy of an enemy could be tomorrow's friend.
Y'all seem so insistent I'm in bed with Cookbook. Yet you present no
Well,
evidence to suggest this.
Jeremiah, don't jerk us about.
Whatever you say, Jay.
Actually, did you? No, you didn't. I don't think you ever showed him the transcripts.
Oh,
Gonna
you
show
didn't?
him-
Yeah, no, you gathered those transcripts for yourself. I mean, you know, but
Yeah,
Oh.
we have all the intel on it, but we don't have to. So okay, hold on. Let me.
We can just literally show him now. Like,
Yeah.
If you like.
No, we owe him no explanation or info. Where we don't owe him shit.
No, it's
True.
not about owing. It's we're trying to prove a point that like, stop jerking us about. We are in a position where we can gain something from each other. We have a mutual enemy. Do you know what I mean?
I hear you, but before we reveal our hand,
Mm-hmm.
because I mean, look, think of it like this: he's putting the bait out there.
Mhm.
He said, "Here you come, keep making all these accusations, but providing no evidence of your claims." While we are surrounded by his security detail on all sides,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
the moment we show him anything that we have on him, we're just dead.
Okay, but he's dead too. He's like, this is the point. This is mutually assured destruction. Like that's his goons aren't gonna
I don't
fire.
know. Why
No,
would
his
why
goons
would
aren't gonna
he
fire.
bring more in if it is truly mutually assured destruction?
Because he's flexing. That's the point. He's trying to intimidate us.
Well, I still think as Own's not going to want to reveal the full deck of cards just yet.
Sure. But we need to do something.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I'm here.
And
Oh, yeah.
talk.
I was
Otherwise, your
thinking-
emotionally charged comrades are going to talk for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
You can't blame us for filling the
Look.
void.
Look, Jay. The reality of the situation is, we're in this room having this discussion in private to cut the bullshit. We know what we know. You know what you know. You want to assume that we're just making baseless accusations? That's on you. If you don't want to think for, I don't know, maybe 2-3 seconds about the news headlines and about everything that you've been hearing going around the city and about, the ATF that showed up at that church who was chasing a group of people that were running out.
oh, so it was you
No.
folks.
Think about the timeline of events and who you've made appearances in front of, or who you've sent your group to make appearances in front of.
I'll say this is a persuasion check, but at a -1 because he's
Okay.
a dude bro and he doesn't like to be jostled.
Okay. 21.
Nice.
Well,
All those that ones.
you can add chairman of the Hotwood Foundation and deputy of the ATF and liaison to the United States President to that equation. So, right now you're threatening a government authority figure.
We're
And-
not making threats. I don't know
I-
why you feel so threatened, other than our explosive friend behind me. I have made no such threats. You're the one who drew guns first.
Mhm.
We deliberately told you we are here to talk, and yet here you go, ready to blow all of us up together. So who's threatening who here?
So what are you suggesting?
You help us, we help you.
How do you help me?
We make sure you don't die?
I think I got that covered.
We're not
I-
here to kill you.
No, I burst out
So-
laughing. Like, so, no, hold on. I burst out laughing. I go, we walked in through the door with explosives. You're not doing a fucking good job. Let's stop sizing each other up. Jeremiah, you're a strong and dangerous man. You get that I'm a strong and dangerous man. We don't need to do this. Not right now, anyway. Right now, in this situation that you can't even tell that you're getting set up in, you're getting set up. So we need to work together to keep you alive so you can help us put Cookbook down for good. Aye? That sound good?
Persuasion.
I feel like. All
We're
right.
twisting his arm. It's okay.
It's. I mean, Kira knows how much of a headstrong, how headstrong this guy is.
Yes. Fully aware.
Where is persuasion again?
Cool. It's
Third column, social skills.
yeah, cool plus persuasion.
You should probably have an 8 in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm gonna use 2 more luck.
Okay.
Ooh.
How about you?
Okay.
How about you put the grenades down and we can discuss this?
Yeah, tell your lads to piss off, and I will do just that.
He puts his hand up and kind of waves, and they put their guns away.
I take my hand off, like, the grenades. I look him dead in the eye, like, not moving. Like, we good?
So what do you propose? How are you gonna keep me safe?
We're not here to discuss how we are going to keep you safe. We're here to discuss how you're going to give us info to help us bring Elena down. Give us something to go chase down this woman, and if she's the one who wants you dead, well, that problem will solve itself. If not, you've got bigger fish to fry.
Delta, go on patrol. Alpha, stay outside. Bravo, take right. Alright. Waits for the doors to close. What do you want me to say? You want me to say I'm working with a known criminal? That I'm putting the entire city at risk for some grandstanding scheme to take control of the city or whatever nonsense? What do you think this endgame is? Because all I see is a bunch of people coming in, throwing allegations at me. My own daughter working with people holding grenades to my face. I don't know what's going on.
We
You know,
just
it's
need
kind of
to
funny,
know-
Dad. You're more scared of him than you are of me right now.
I'm not scared. I'm just pointing out what it looks like from my perspective.
And you're not wrong. But Cookbook has been trying to have you kill us for what feels like ever. I'm pretty sure she had you take out the Tai Lo. Although I can't confirm. Well, only you can confirm that, but that's not why I'm here. I'm here to make sure we put Cookbook in the ground.
Cookbook's in a Supermax facility off Hull Island. She's already been put away.
What does
No,
she
no, no.
have on you then to help her?
Pretty sure we had a conversation with Cookbook pretty recently. Multiple times.
Her reach is not hampered by her lodging. We both know that. Come on, Jeremiah. The only way this ends is with her dead.
He puts he pushes a couple of buttons on the desk, And you see that the CCTV cameras around the room that Kira would have noticed
Mm-hmm.
go offline.
Uh-huh.
What you're doing right now is you're busting up an operation that's been going on for 5 years while I'm trying to pick up the rest of her remnants in order to bring him into jail so I can finally end her operation once and for all. That's what you're doing.
By helping her?
I get an undercover agent. I work as a double agent for her. I figure out where her weeds are, and then I pluck them out.
Triple agent.
Do we need to roll?
I
This
think
seems like a lie.
I mean,
I'm
that's what.
definitely gonna roll human perception.
Yeah, that's a
Mhm.
that's a. I don't know about that one, Chief.
Oof.
Oh, well, we'll see.
Some
1.
kernels of
Goddamn
truth
one.
might be in there, but kind of a front. Kira thinks he's telling the gospel truth.
I'm keeping completely out of it. I'm like,
Now, Jeremiah, you do know that I am a man who deals in information. And I have a way of sniffing out whether or not that info is legit. He kind of gives Dong a side-eye, like, apologetic glance.
I'm
without really, like, derailing the conversation too much.
I'm in business mode. I'm like stone faced, looking at Jeremiah. I'm like, mm-hmm.
Tell me the truth. The cameras are off. You see that we're not here to bring you to justice. Are you really plucking weeds out of the garden? Or are you just transplanting your own?
I am the deputy head of the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms Division of the United States government. I am a civil servant, and I am a military veteran. Why would I ever tarnish my American heritage by getting in bed with one of the most filthy, notorious criminals that has ever played the United States, the country that I love from the bottom of my soul?
Well, you go around, you get in bed. This is a conversation roll. You
Mhm.
get in bed with this disgusting criminal. You take this criminal out, and all of a sudden, all of this criminal's resources and connections and power are yours. You expand your reach exponentially. It doesn't take a genius to put 2 and 2 together on this. I'm not here to accuse you or bring you down. I'm here to get you off of our ass and to put a bullet between her eyes. And if you're trying to stonewall us because your plan to scoop up this power is not yet complete, I don't give a fuck. She's killed my friends? Well, let me take that back. You've killed my friends. You've killed my family. All at her behest.
Your family is a criminal triad known for human drug trafficking, contract killing, embezzlement, extortion. I can keep going on.
neglectful and abusive father who travels around under the guise of patriotic duty, committing mass murder on behalf of one of the world's most dangerous criminals. So if we're gonna sit here and sling shit at each other, we could do this all fucking day.
Where's your evidence?
I don't have evidence to present. I'm not here to make a case. How many times do I have to keep reiterating that?
If you are saying that I'm in bed with Cookbook, you better damn well present something that shows that I am. Otherwise, this conversation's over. And you can leave.
Hit him with that Ace Attorney, Owen. Hit him with it.
I'm gonna say this is a face down.
We can't just hold
Full plus
back what we
reputation?
have.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to burn the rest of my luck.
Okay.
Oh, there it is!
Fuck.
Oh.
Come on, one. Okay.
Oof.
Ay,
No.
ay, ay.
10 versus 19.
Oh my god.
I think 10
F.
wins.
We're playing
Big.
by golf rules.
If we were playing Conan, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure did. Would have been nice to have shown him that stuff
You
earlier.
feel a little hot under the collar, and you realize that this man is a zealot, and he is in a position of very high power.
Against my better judgment, I am going to present only a small snippet of the chat of the information that we have that shows that he is in fact dealing directly with Cookbook,
Okay.
and hand it to him.
Okay.
And I am just gonna say, now keep in mind, I am going to roll, I guess this would be a persuasion roll.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna roll that.
It's at a minus
Now,
2 now that you've lost based
Yeah.
on aggression.
Yeah,
Fuck, I
-2.
forgot. So it'll be minus 2. Now keep in mind, this is only a small fraction of the intel that we've gathered in total.
Okay.
The rest of it is hidden off in a dead drop.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did tell me that.
That only I know about.
All right. I suppose you like show him the text logs at a distance, so he can't like delete
Mhm.
it.
Yep.
He
There's your evidence.
nods. Yeah, that looks bad. And I told you. I'm deep in this game. And I suppose because you've been raking about, you're deep inside too.
Wouldn't be standing here talking to you if we weren't.
Fine. What do you want to know?
How can you get us in a position to where we can kill her? We need her gone. Now.
There's only 2 patrol boats that come in and out of Hull Island. One in the morning, one in the evening. All heavily armored security detail. Gotta be on one of those ships. Nothing else enters or leaves.
Fair
I
enough.
am. I am hearing this over the comms, or is it just?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
everyone's
So
hearing this.
Zero Day is definitely getting all of this.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh yeah.
Great.
Oh yeah.
Can he get us in as one of the security?
B plot.
Oh.
Oh, what?
Well, I gotta go back to you guys. And you see Shara, like, impatiently tapping her sniper rifle. And, like, her gun is now trained at the exact office that
Oh.
everyone's having a conversation at. Are they done yet?
Mhm.
It doesn't sound like they're done.
No, not at all. This is taking some interesting turns, to say the least.
I would argue, yeah, that she would. I'll say that, that's a good point, Wiley. I'd say that there's a circumstantial bonus because family. I'll say +1 for Kira if she decides to persuade.
Mm-hmm.
The Vin Diesel bonus.
Yeah, and 0 Day kind of goes over to you. Well, I guess to answer your question, I'm gonna have to. Oh, I mean, I'm a cop, so I can just go in, I guess.
Yeah, I think if you or if Heartwood can get us in as security would be the best bet. Get us badges and everything. Because I don't see us getting out of there if we don't have access.
Yeah,
Be a fool there.
yeah. And Shara's like, you have about 10 seconds before I pull the trigger, because I don't know when I'm going to get another chance. And she says that over open comms to everyone in the room as well.
All right.
Oh boy.
Can I take the reins for a moment? Just be like, okay, with your infinite reach and power, and with our abilities, you clear the way for us in and out of the prison. We'll take her out. Sound like a solution for both of our problems?
Sounds like it just causes a mess on my end, considering that I need her to figure out what her connections are.
Jeremiah, the mess is too late. She's burnt you.
And the only other thing we need is where we can find Outliner and CB2. We know where body count is.
Yeah. See, I need to take him to Spectacle because if I put him in the hull, that's just giving him an asset.
Okay, how
Fair
about
enough.
this, huh? How about this? You help us take down the lieutenants. Then we all together take out the big old boss. All in one go, eh?
Fine.
I think, regardless, we'll be in touch. We got what we needed. Other than the location of CB2 and Outliner.
Outliners. I suspect Outliner's somewhere in the conch. At least that was the
Alright.
last radio trace we had on his car.
You know who Cookbook would be in had contact to put out that hit on you?
Probably CB2. He does all her muscle.
But to
You know
have
where
it
he would
come
be?
down from the government, from higher up like that, that's what I'm talking about.
Well, we don't know where it came from, to be fair.
Yeah.
We know it came from official channels.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's governmental, like that
It
we
is.
know.
Fair.
So
Fair.
that means there is either a governor or some kind of general, somebody that she has under her control, aside from these lieutenants that we probably need to talk to.
Hmm. Considering your positions, there ain't gonna be many people I can refer you to. Considering, we're talking, official governing bodies.
We'll figure that out.
Because for all we know, we could be next on that list.
Mm.
Oh,
don't
we've
know
been
if
next
they
on
get
that
that.
list for so damn long now.
Right.
We're still small enough potatoes that we're not getting government hits, thankfully.
I would imagine we don't want any kind. We don't want Delta Force or any kind
Mm-mm.
of outfit like that on our ass. I can tell you that.
Okay. If
Mm-hmm.
if everyone agrees, I think we know where we should start, and we should definitely keep in touch.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
before we step out, CB2, where do you think they're gonna be?
Probably Rumsford.
All right.
That place is a
Thank
shit
you.
show right now.
Yeah, why do you think I have so many blockades over there? I'm trying to bring law to that chaos.
Well, with that, we'll get out of your hair and we'll be in touch.
All right.
Owen starts walking out of the office through the back entrance that we were led into.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where
Kira is approaching Jeremiah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you feel free to keep narrating, but she's not heading out just yet.
Sure. Okay.
I'm holding the door. I'm not leaving you by yourself.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. What do you want to do? Since you have decided to remain.
I wanna, I wanna approach him at the desk and just like lean on, like, I just don't understand why you had to do this.
Baby girl, I didn't want you to be in this life. That's why I told you to stay away.
I show him the badge. Well, I mean, I went this way instead. I want to do the right thing, and I thought that I was representing our family values. I thought, the Heartwood name meant not having to dip our toes in something like that black tar, that black cookbook. I thought it meant something more than that. I thought it meant making sure everybody could live that life, but not at the expense of selling your soul.
If you want peace, you need to prepare for war.
I grew up in a war zone. I know what war is.
Then you
I don't want that anybody to go through it.
Well, then you understand that this is just another side of the same thing.
When I woke up this morning, I had every thought in my mind towards one thing, about how I was probably gonna have to shoot you today. But
Well, that wouldn't have ended very well for you.
suppose not.
He looks away. I did what I had to do. Because I believe in this country. And I believe that everyone has a right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. And if that means that I have to dust my soul to let others be clean, then so be it.
Can I trust you?
I ain't gonna shoot you if that's what you're asking.
No. All right. Oh my god.
The slow Guns the Patriots going on in the background. Oh man. It really do be like that.
Kira is going to she's gonna look up out the window towards the sky for a moment and then just sort of like start walking away.
All right, sis, you got 5 seconds.
Saying nothing.
4.
Just leaving.
You should move your tokens so I know where.
Oh. I just clicked on the Twitch stream like a dumbass.
Excellent. 4, 3, 2, 1. Dong, are you moving?
Which way is the way that Owen went?
Over here.
Yes, I'm gonna go over there then.
1. And as you hit the door that goes down to the stairs, you hear shattering of glass, and you see these guys just run into this room. Bye, Dad. And then Shara's mic cuts out.
Time to go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The patrols outside are wild. People are screaming. There's like general, disarray as people are running for their lives. And you see Shara's, sniper rifles don't smoke, but you know what?
The smoking gun is the smoking gun.
Yeah. You know what happened. And you see Shara, very professionally, coolly put away her sniper rifle into her own accessory case and silently walk off the rooftop down into the staircase.
I look at the gang and I'm like, Einheuer?
I don't
Why
know.
don't we just go to the park? Right. Sunny day, and we could all use the wind
Mm-hmm.
and some fresh air.
Do you know, Habit's onto something. I think we should sit outside and talk. Not cookbook, not nothing else, just I need to know you guys are all okay.
You will notice as you're descending, Ace, Dong, Kira, and On, that the area is in disarray. There are patrols that are securing the perimeter. They are taking everyone in for questioning that looks even remotely suspicious. And they are locking this block down, as it were. So
Time to go.
I think
Yeah.
everyone should roll me a stealth check to avoid being...
Even if we're leaving the back entrance.
Oh yeah, like I said, this whole place is on lockdown.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm going.
Like, this is a government building. It's always been guarded. Now they're leveraging the BCPD's finest.
Oh no.
Oh my
shit.
god.
There it
Oh,
is.
shit.
I did it again. Baby, let me love you down. Alright,
Okay.
Oh my god. This is a stealth mission.
In fairness, like,
My
we
God.
we haven't done anything illegal or wrong,
It's
so
true.
like, we don't actually need to stealth out. We could literally just see them and then talk to them.
You are leaving a building that was accosted, so you will be like questioned and
Yeah, of
detained.
course. No,
I was gonna
Yeah,
say, I
that's-
was about to ask whether I could roll for acting to pretend like I just don't. Well, I mean, like I just don't know.
Okay.
Like I'm just a businessman walking down the street.
Well, I mean, you did leave the building, so that would be.
no, as in,
Yeah,
Oh,
acting-
so they
acting
we
saw
don't
us-
know what,
they saw us leave the building.
Yeah, I mean, there's like
Okay.
the whole building is flanked right now. Like, it's a big event that just went down.
I don't think we need to crit fail anything more. We should maybe just answer their questions and get going, because like,
Mhm.
legally we've done nothing wrong.
It's true.
Yeah. No one here shot a bullet. No
Mhm.
one. No
I
one present.
am a cop.
Anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So you do see a couple of like heavily armed guards, like borderline SWAT, like stop you. This area is on lockdown. We just saw
Okay.
you leave this building. Is there anything?
yeah.
We heard a gunshot. Do you know anything about that?
What
no
direction
idea,
did the
officer.
gunshot come from?
4th floor up.
No, I wasn't in any room where there was gunshots.
Yeah, we didn't see any gunshots or hear any gunshots.
Is that a deception roll? Because
No, you definitely heard the gunshot.
that's-
Oh, you definitely heard the gunshot. You
I
just
mean,
didn't.
I heard the gunshot, but I didn't see it happen.
It's true.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
That is a fair point.
Yeah, sorry, officer. I wish I could help.
Who was shot?
We're investigating the matter.
Oh,
You see, like, patrols go in. Like, there's, like, borderline SWAT team, like, going into the building right now as you speak.
Owen messages 0 Day on his agent, or on one of his, on his agent, and asks if there's any way he can remove any of the security footage that shows that they were in the room.
It
At
was
all.
off. Oh, at all.
Hmm.
No.
Well, he'd have to.
Sure.
He responds with, "Well, I'd have to actually splice into the building, and that would be tampering with evidence, and I'm a cop, so probably not."
Fair. Well, I mean, we didn't shoot him, so let's just.
Oh, you guys remember, like, the shot came from outside. Yeah,
Yeah.
us talking to him, we
Mhm.
came in through professional channels. We've done nothing wrong. We literally don't have to answer anything for anything.
Yeah, you right.
I was
So-
just here for the ceremony, gentlemen. If you could just let us go. You know, I showed the badge and, you know, I had my service weapon on me, but you can tell it's not been fired.
They look at it, and someone that has way too much free time in negotiating
yes.
firearms. His badge is Zach. It says like Zach Thompson or something like that.
I love it.
And he looks at your gun. Oh, that's a nice. Is that a contender pistol?
Yeah, actually. You recognize it?
Yeah, of course. Very unique model. I mean, anyone with half a brain and, like, you know, 5 years and 5 years in gun training would recognize that thing. The hell are you doing with that thing? It's a single shot.
That's all I need.
Ooh.
If it,
Spicy.
He actually does like the Scott Hole ooh thing.
I mean, it's. I kind of keep it for sentimental, but you know, you gotta find the. You have to find the brush that fits your hand, if you will.
Arthur Swanson Kruger is beside him, just like
There's Swanson Kruger.
unimpressed with Zach Thompson's like, I'm way too much of a gun nerd shenanigans. We got a job to do. Get their numbers. And
Yep.
he does ask
Yeah.
for your numbers.
Yep.
Yeah, just give it to him.
You know, I let him know. You know, I'm Kira Hartwood and blah blah. So.
Wait, holy shit, you're Bruce McLean.
Yeah. That's me.
I heard you took out an entire gang by yourself on Jenkins Street.
Oh, yeah. That definitely happened. The yacht thing too.
Holy shit, this is so weird, but can you sign my gun?
You got a Sharpie?
My like professional talk to cop like facade has fucking broken. I'm losing it.
He does actually pull out a Sharpie.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'll sign it. Why not?
Holy Zach, are you serious? Dude, it's Kira Hartwood, the Bruce McLean of Bay City. You think I'm not gonna get it?
I am die both in game and in real life.
This is so
fucking
surreal for
blessed.
Kira right now. She's just like, she's so emotionally dead on the inside that she's just rolling with it.
Oh my lord.
Holy shit! And he like takes his gun back after you sign it.
Yeah.
In the
What did he have me sign first of all?
he signed like he signed to like to Zach Thompson, Bay City's second best gunslinger or something like that.
Yeah, works for me. And what kind of gun did he make me sign?
He made you sign a Glock 22.
Okay.
Hell
fine.
yeah.
Okay, I can respect the Glock.
And
All right.
yeah.
Don't let us get in your way, gentlemen.
Oh man, I'm never washing this gun again. That's so
Actually,
cool.
Please make sure you maintain oil at least.
Yeah, I'm replacing the slide. Holy shit. That's Bruce McLean. And Arthur's just like, "Oh my god. You freaking nerd."
You're
I got-
such a nerd.
And the other guy just like looks at the other two sheepishly and like tags along, being the third banana.
Yep. All right, let's
Can we?
leave,
Mm-hmm.
please.
Yeah.
Failing this stealth check so traumatically, scarring me forever. Get out of here.
I squeeze Kira's shoulder and go, "You didn't tell me you were famous."
More famous than
I'm-
DJ Tetsuo, apparently.
Apparently.
All right. That being said, as you people never cease to surprise me, once again, managed to do that without bloodshed. So,
Yeah.
well done.
Where is she?
Oh,
She gone.
Chara comes down.
Oh, okay.
Before like anyone says anything, I say, "Not on the street. Let's go somewhere first."
Hmm.
She looks like twisted inside. All right. Want to go to the park or something?
Can we call out for a picnic basket? Is that possible?
Really?
Do we have access to like I don't know, like
Deliveroo, but from the future.
Yeah, Receiveroo is on your well, it's not really a smartphone app because those things don't really exist anymore. But you have a couple of lines you can call for delivery, I guess.
Where's the fucking pizza?
I
like
look
lunch
at
base or like
just Lunchables. We just get like a shit ton of Lunchables. I, I look at the mini sniper and I just go like, let's sit, let's eat, let's talk. Like, come on.
Let's just. She sighs a little bit. And, you know, I know a place nearby. We'll go over there.
Sure.
And,
Take the lead.
it's another rooftop, of course it is.
Hell yeah.
Of course, it's a rooftop.
All right, so, yeah, as you go to another rooftop, which is the an abandoned building, as it were,
Mm-hmm.
and she does go down for a little bit and comes back up, and there's a bunch of Johnson Jim's sandwiches that she brings up.
$6 footlongs, yeah.
Yeah, $6 footlongs. Yeah, that song is infectious. You will never not remember it.
I am like double fist, like
This sure
eating
beats,
2 sandwiches at the same time.
this sure beats kibble.
Yeah. Figured it was a special occasion. She looks like dead.
Kira's not eating at all.
Sure. Yeah.
I pointedly put food in front of them and like, eat. You're in shock. You need some sugar. Eat.
Charis starts swallowing down a very bland-looking roast beef sandwich.
I raise an eyebrow at Kira, like,
What, you gonna pull a grenade on me too?
yes. Kira, do you think I wouldn't?
I would judo throw you off the top of the building before any of it went off.
Really? Is this really the time for this now?
Yes. We absolutely need to unwind because none of this was fucking okay. Like, you two, this was your family.
Apparently, you know a pretty good therapist, Kira.
Stretching for the
What am I gonna tell him? That I let my sister kill her own father?
Technically our foster father, but yeah.
I feel like a terrible person. I
Kira,
should have been
you're
the
not.
one to do it. I was too scared.
You pulled the trigger on him. You'd be public enemy number 1. I pulled the trigger on him. It's just another government paycheck. She stares into her sandwich.
Not any different.
Kira?
Not really.
How are we gonna get this bounty?
Habit, not now.
I was just sorry. I know it's not good timing, but I was just thinking about that we didn't have any proof that we got our target.
I think the news is proof.
Every bullet carries an RFID chip in it. It confirms kill upon entrance.
Okay.
There's a wireless receiver nearby with my handler confirming the kill. That's how I get my bounty.
Got it.
Bullet with his name on it, huh?
Yeah, not very subtle, but
I mean, only if his name is RFID, I guess.
she tries to smile about that.
Right, so
Womp.
I look around and like I put my sandwich down. I go, so we got one of the big names off our list, but we got some lieutenants that need to go first. before we take out old cookbook.
You
Do
do.
you think he would have actually helped us if we let him live?
Probably not.
If I'm honest, probably not. He kind of reminds me of me a little, and I fucking wouldn't, like, if I'm honest.
And they say I have
I was
trust
thinking
issues.
about that. Almost stopped you right there. Was thinking about whether or not he would actually do it, but I don't know him, so
I
stop.
everything he said was a lie.
No, everything he said is probably mired in his own thoughts of what he thinks is the truth. He's too bullheaded to lie.
Then
Well,
why did we kill him?
Needed to die.
he
there
needed
is-
to die.
The only person that needed to die is Cookbook.
Kira, there is. I'm being bluntly objective here. He needed to go. That kind of zealotism, that kind of fanaticism to a cause, and the will to take life because of that, he was only going to get more dangerous. With Cookbook's network as well, he would have been worse than Cookbook. Much worse than Cookbook.
Own. Looking up from his cigarette. Looks
Ah,
here
yes.
and says, "Remember what he did to Natasha and Coil.
I liked Coil.
That's why."
Hashtag never forget.
Who?
Jeez.
Kidding. Kidding, of course.
So, I chuckle a bit. I go, "Who's next?"
Wrong.
I would
Mm-hmm.
probably go with Outlier.
I don't think now's the time to talk business.
I think now's a good,
I'll
I think now is the perfect time for business. Because I don't want to think about anything else right now.
Well,
Alright, you don't have any hobbies
I have hobbies.
that don't involve shooting people.
I'll have you know I went to a sporting event yesterday. Dick.
Was that right?
Oh, shit.
Wait.
What'd you go to watch?
I went to see Kai Lung beat up some random jobber for his belt.
Wait, are you a Kai Lung fan?
Fucking
No?
difficult.
No.
I chuckle like, "Fucking, of course you are."
Kylung's a piece of shit and you shouldn't like him.
Yeah,
I've met him a few times.
I didn't.
I think
I didn't
we-
say. I didn't say I liked him. I said I enjoy watching him beat people up. There's a difference.
Hold on. Can we we need to resolve, like, this is outside of character. We need to resolve the Kai Lung situation because it's untenable for him to survive with everyone else dying.
Kai Lung is not a terrible person.
He's
in
just
the
a
way
heel.
Yeah, he's
He's
just.
just-
Yeah,
a heel.
I hate him. I hate him
I
so
know
much.
you hate him, but he's
He's a heel.
just one of those guys. It's not important. He's not bad enough for us to want to kill.
No, I
He
didn't
hasn't
say,
killed anyone.
no, I didn't say
Or
that he
done
was like
anything fishy.
I didn't say that he needed to be on our like proper list. He's just on my list. That's-
I mean, you could decide you don't like him, but there's no reason for us to kill him.
I didn't even say we need to kill him. We could just kick the shit out of him. That could also work.
Could you?
I mean, I almost got into an argument with him in the boat, and I really did want to see how that would go.
Man,
But
you
he
need
never actually he didn't take the bait like I thought he would. He just yelled at me instead. I really wanted him to try and punch me in the face.
Yeah, because there's a difference between fighting for money and fighting because you're a lunatic.
Mm,
He's a professional martial artist. If he actually throws a punch, I could have arrested him. for assault with a weapon.
Yeah.
Deadly
but I
weapon.
wouldn't. Well, where's the fun in that?
The fun is he gets to beat people up for money. That's his job.
Yeah, but
No.
I, Dong, want to kick the shit out of this dude.
Yeah, that means he's doing his job right. He's not supposed to be likable. He's supposed to be a jerk that you want to see lose. That's why people go to see him.
Hey, you're missing our good sweet boy. What's his name?
Toby.
Toby McCracken.
Oh,
Toby.
when are they gonna finally have that fight? I want. them
Toby's
to
still
have
working
that
his way
fight.
up the bracket.
Yeah.
Gosh darn it!
Uh,
I want to be there for him during that championship match. You know.
I
should
mean,
we
probably gonna happen very soon.
off of like the characters, can we like have a like a beach episode where we go to that fight and just watch a fight?
I mean, I suppose
knows?
as I put on my DM voice again. Yeah, I guess if that's what you want to do.
So we're gonna solve your puzzle.
I'd even like to take a crack at him. To be honest.
Fuck yeah. I'll if Habit fights, I'll be the the ring guy, like with the kit and stuff.
I mean, I guess you could go register. I'm sure they're taking sign-ups somewhere.
Damn.
Just asking
I
for
would
an
love-
exhibition
You know,
match.
actually, didn't really think about joining the federation.
I mean,
I like.
But you'd
Dom,
have to
like,
fight other borged up people, wouldn't you?
well,
I mean,
they're mostly Gannic. That's kind of the main thing.
rule.
Is, well, I mean, not many people Borg themselves in Bay City.
yeah. I mean, I just happen to, be able to do this from experience of knowing what to do, but I can't imagine a regular person trying to Borg themselves just for the sake of it.
Yeah, it's like doping. She says.
like Dongs just starts giggling under his breath, and he looks at like Habit like forcing like a hand over his mouth. He's like, "You realize we could use we could just say DJ Tetsuo wants to fight Kai Lung, and that idiot would fight in a heartbeat."
I guess y'all didn't catch the news this morning.
Yeah, they found his body.
Ah, fuck. I thought we could
I mean, the scream sheets are saying all sorts of things.
Mhm.
I mean, like, apparently they think that he's some say that they think
Oh,
he's still alive walking the
Don't
street.
road joking me, please, God.
Oh my god, yes. Oh my god, it's like 3-pack.
I don't want to. I don't want to. No. He's dead.
You know,
They confirmed his body. His biometrics came back. He's dead. There's no deep state that's trying to bring him back from the dead so they can host zombie parties or whatever you weirdos think.
yeah, I
Listen,
think
if
that
you-
I
I was the
just
one who
keep
found his
seeing
body.
The screen sheets, and they get all these.
Oh
they
my
keep
God.
getting all these blurry
I'm
photos of
so
like
done. I'm
some
so
guy in
done.
the
She's
street
going
of the
downstairs.
street.
Shara, don't.
But I swear, it's like that's though I've been on those streets before.
my
they
God.
keep,
No. She's literally walking
Like-
down the stairs as he's going on.
I'm like, Shara, come back.
I can't.
And
I can't. I can't. Dealt with a lot today. I don't need weird DJ Tetsuo conspiracies on top of that.
No, I know. Like, I believe he's dead, but I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
they can
okay.
still go along
I'm
with
just
it.
saying. Gotta look up both sides of the story, right? Why don't you get Tammy to look it up for you?
Oh my god.
So blessed.
is a buddy of mine. Like,
Oh my God. Look, I'm leaving this town. She like, I'm going on hiatus. My next contract should be coming up in the next week. I'm gonna be leaving. Can I trust you people not to blow up this city while I'm gone?
You're leaving
But
too,
we
huh?
haven't blown up the city in a long time.
if I'm entirely honest, I can't promise anything.
Yeah.
You know that Habit disarmed a nuke like last week, right?
Mm-hmm.
barehanded.
That's what we call nuclear disarmament.
I'm. She starts walking down the stairs again.
Like, have it raw dog the nuclear explosive.
Shara, wait, hold on. I start chasing after.
Yeah.
You're really leaving?
Yeah.
Where are you gonna go?
I don't know. Where they want me to go next. I proved my point. I did the job.
You need a break.
Human perception.
Okay. I think I'm a +8 on that one. Let's see, what do I got? Yeah, it's an 8. Eh.
She looks tired.
Yeah.
Her frame is like drooping. You can see the bags under her eyes. Pretty much the only thing that's keeping her going is like the copious amounts of black tea she's drinking.
Nah. You know what? No. Come stay at my place for a little while.
Fine.
We'll figure something out to unwind, maybe get you some good rest, and then I'll send you back to them to do whatever they want with you.
She looks down at her agent. Next contract's in 2 weeks. I can stay for a couple of days, I guess.
Alright, fine.
And,
I'll take it.
And she, very uncharacteristic of her, she kind of just like leans on you, which I guess is a hug.
Close enough. I'll tap her shoulder, put the arm around the top of her shoulder and just kind of tug her in a little bit. Not making it like anything bigger than what it is, just...
Yeah. And you kind of feel her head kind of nod on your shoulder, like she's like passing out.
I will, if she passes out, I'll hold her. I'll keep her in this modified sleeper hold that we find ourselves in, and then like firemen, bridal carry her out somewhere if she actually does kind of collapse.
Yeah, and yeah, she actually starts snoring on your shoulder, and her body droops like she's gone.
Alright.
She's so spent.
Yep, I'll carry her gently.
Excellent.
Oh, good. She didn't fall asleep going down the stairs.
And this is the epilogue. Is there anything else that you want to take care of? As I kind of...
Guys, I'm gonna go take a walk. I gotta go see if I could track down some more info. I'll be in touch.
Wait, before you go, amazing work, dude. That was really fast thinking on your part. Really well handled.
Thanks, Dong.
We did pretty alright, guys.
We
Doesn't
did
feel
more than
like it.
alright.
It doesn't feel like it.
And with that, I believe that is pretty much it for tonight. You went a lot faster than I thought. I thought you would.
I mean,
Well, we didn't have
cut
a
out the
fucking
combat.
business shit.
gunfight.
You cut out literally all the combat I was preparing for. Like literally.
Like
all
I
of
said,
it.
we're getting good. We're getting real fucking
Sometimes.
good.
Bro.
Sometimes you just get real good at talking.
You didn't think, like, what I was gonna do with those grenades at all, did you?
It was, I mean, creative, absolutely. I think that was a really
Real big we live in a society kind of energy, you know?
Yeah, kinda, yeah.
yeah, for
That was
sure.
a real japester.
Real jokester.
Yes.
There.
The best part was he doesn't even fucking know. He's like, who is this guy? Why is he? You know what? I can't handle this guy right now. You know what? He might actually do it.
Oh, he was like
Business!
straight up like do it, like that kind of energy. He was like,
I mean,
would you do it?
yeah.
Playing chicken with him.
He walks
He
around
didn't
with a
care.
neon lit up axe. I mean, yeah, I don't know about that one, Chief.
Hey, look, like Dong is a man of his word. Like, as much as his word might be insane, he follows through.
Dong is a man of his dong.
Don, my
That's-
brother in Christ.
Oh my god. Alrighty. With that,
So what's this epilogue? Let's hear this epilogue you got for us.
as you exunt from the building, you hear over, like, there's a couple of like televisions, like 8K. It's not really 8K yet. 4K is still the common thing. You see a bunch of 4K TV screens. We have reports that there is. Oh my god. Yes, confirmed. A nuclear bomb has gone off in North Africa. I'm getting word that everyone in the area, everyone in Europe, needs to evacuate now.
Zap!
What?
I am fucking furious. Like, yeah, Dong's gonna make some calls.
Okay.
What?
Dong is European. Like, he's hence the accent. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
All right. Who
Fucking
are you?
believable.
Who are you calling?
I'm gonna call my lot and just see if they have like any info on any of our people still in the UK.
All right. People. Looking. It's very choppy.
Mm. Right. Hmm. So have I gotten through to the guys here in Bay City with me?
Yeah. You go to the Drill Bros,
Mm-hmm.
and you hear what sounds like the sound of a power drill winding down.
My God.
Hey, bruv.
Oh.
We're just taking care of
Yeah.
some loose ends.
No, focus on me for a second. Nuke just went off in North Africa. Fallout is looking like it's going to be quite extensive. Whip around, get any of our people out.
What?
Yeah, Nuke just went off. It's go check the feeds.
Oh shit. He's
We
Oh, blimey.
we still have some people unaccounted for, and I
don't know if I still have those links. I suppose I'll have to look.
Yeah, just see what you can see.
All right then. Oh my god.
Click.
Yep.
I do like that you've gone from Beatles to like some sort of Cockney.
I'm working on it. Look, it's not contrary to popular belief, it's pretty hard to do like a convincing I'm from somewhere in England accent.
Are you telling me that I don't sound like I'm American?
Well, I'm saying you don't butter your toast on the right side of the bread. That's what I'm saying.
I am 100% an American.
Would you like a cheeseburger?
I would like
boy.
Warning,
for a
mate, what you
cheeseburger.
doing in me pockets?
Butter my butt, call me a biscuit.
Oh man, that
I tell you
Lord.
what. Like,
I tell you what.
that being said, if there's nothing else anyone wants to do, I am going to say thank you everyone for watching. I appreciate you following me into the dark future tonight with myself and my friends. I am Zoob the Mad. That's Haley as Dong. Own being played by Charles Le Saucier. Habit being played by Angel. And our one and only special girl boss cop that we know and love, Kira Hartwood, being played by none other than Mystic Eyes. Thank you, everyone. I am going to find you a stream to hop onto, and we are out. Night, everyone.
Me mates call me Charlie,
Night.
by the way.
was that Australian?
Alrighty.
Oh.
I'm gonna